listen, coronavirus has hit close to home. Eric, how many 100 years you've been working for me?
22, almost 22 years, 21 years.
So your oldest was, how old was she when? So she would have been one or two.
She was. She had just been born. Actually, she was born. I started working for you officially, I think, in April of '99. I was working with the show before that, but with another company. Right. And she was born in February, and I think I actually started day to day with you unofficially in March. So she was about a month old.
So clearly your family, you've got 3 daughters now that are college age. One of them contracted coronavirus, gave it to all of you. Did all 5 of you wind up getting COVID?
No, actually, only 4 of us got it. And
the youngest
didn't. And interestingly enough, she didn't really want to wear a mask in the house, and she never got sick. She's just turned 15.
Now wait a minute. You know how much trouble you're going to get me in. But let's get this right. So let me get this straight. The 4 of you who did get COVID-19,
right.
let me guess. You tended to wear a mask in the house.
Well, no, I mean, I actually did not wear a mask in the house. Once everyone was sick, it was like, oh, it's kind of too. Once we realized it's kind of too late.
But you were? I mean, because the point is, a lot of people are really pushing back against insisting that the mask wearing is the be-all, end-all. So I'm intrigued. So your youngest daughter, who didn't wear a mask at all, didn't get COVID.
Well, she didn't get COVID. Now, she doesn't not wear a mask at all. She didn't wear a mask in the house a whole lot, but she did.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I mean, not it's like I think, and her feeling was, hey, I'm already here. I'm surrounded by people who have it. If I'm going to get it, it's a little too late. And so
she never tested. She never got
tested positive. Never had.
All right. So for your wife and your 2 daughters, again, I want to reiterate this because this is important because a lot of people can relate to this. You got it. You told me in the middle of it, because you never stopped working. You were working from home, and I felt so sorry for you. You didn't feel great, but you told me you've had colds in your life that were worse than this.
I have not only have had colds worse than this, I have come to this studio and run shows for like a week feeling worse than I ever felt with COVID.
What about your wife and daughters? What were their physical symptoms?
They were really fine. My one of my daughters was sick. Had almost the same track as us. She was sick at the same time. She was about a day ahead of us. My oldest daughter, I think she was more upset that she got sick. She wasn't, she had symptoms, but she was never really sick. So which was great. I mean, we never were really sick, but the way it progressed, and just the way, as you know, companies have to deal with people who test positive. I just couldn't. They wouldn't let me come back for a long time.
No, that's right, because there's a whole HR procedure and offices all over the country are dealing with this. And the question was, okay, now your other daughter got tested and she got a positive result, so it kind of staggered it. But listen, this is the story that the vast majority of Americans and people all over the world experience. Not death, not going to the hospital, not dying, not, agonizing. And listen, we have had too much of that. We've had, almost 180,000 people who have died in 2020 for COVID-19. A lot of vulnerable people, a lot of elderly people, a lot of people with illnesses, with underlying conditions. But for a kind of an average American family like the Hansen family, you guys had a few days of feeling sick, and now you're all at 100%? Is that safe to say?
Yeah, we're all at 100%. Obviously, I'm back at work. Over the weekend, I took my oldest daughter back to school because she was cleared to go back to school. She's it goes to school out in Pennsylvania, and all the schools in Pennsylvania are open. And the other ones are home, but they are all clear. They're all clear. We're all cleared by doctors. So we're in good shape.
And everybody feels good.
Yeah, we feel great. We feel terrific.
Okay. So thank you, Eric. And it is really great to have you back in the saddle. And great job to Brian and to Dan who filled in for you. And many thanks to AM 970, The Answer, our home in New York City, where the team just did such a great job in scrambling to get you covered. Because Eric has a very important, very, very, very integral job to play in terms of delivering this show.